Oh boy. All right. Let me get my life together. Hey y'all. Okay, I'm sorry, I gotta turn this shit. Hold on. I just give me a second. I'm trying to get set up because what the hell are we even doing? Let me share and let people know I'm live now. Live now. Do me a favor, if you saw the link on Threads, can you please share it and let people know that I am live? Hello, everyone. It's been a while. I know it's been a while since I have been here. I'll put this back on the stage because it's funny to me. Look at this. What is happening right now? There's a band. The band has been playing the same exact fucking song for as long as I've had the song. Like they're playing the same exact song.
How? By securing ready, prompt, and sustained land.
Hey, good to see you. Yeah, no, you know what? All is as well as it's gonna be. I ain't got no bra on, so life is actually pretty damn great. Now you all know if I get cut off, I'll just come right back because I don't know who is monitoring what and who is preventing us from streaming. Generally, PBS is pretty good with this because public broadcasting. So hopefully we'll be okay. But yeah, this is the military parade. The bullhorn is downstairs. I thought about bringing it. The bullhorn is in my living room.
Makes transportation
I did
the U.S.
not
Army a very
bring
vital
it.
element. Spread across the parade today,
So
numerous
yes,
fighting
you can
vehicles,
see.
some
I was
designed for
looking,
very
and I think
specific
that they were
functions and
saying
others
that
for flexibility,
Trump is
but they
going
all
to
must
speak,
be maintained.
give
With
some
over
remarks like around
200,000 trucks alone, wheeled
7:30.
vehicle
But I want everybody to kind of
ensure
just
that
look
the
at
fleet
this.
of
First of all,
vehicles are ready. And these mechanics get the job done. This
on.
convoy starts with the M777, a lightweight
Here for a
howitzer.
good time, not a
These
long
lightweight
time. I
howitzers
appreciate
may not
you.
look particularly
I
lightweight,
appreciate
but
you.
are made from
It is
like
definitely
titanium. They
giving
are
Hitler
7,000
vibes.
pounds
It's
lighter than their
giving
predecessor, the
fascist vibes.
OS-198.
It is
Used by the
giving
Army since
North
2005,
Korea,
the M777 is
Kim
currently being used in
Jong-un. It
Ukraine.
is giving
Weighing
I
only
am weak
4,700 pounds, the M119
and
howitzer
I
is
need people
smaller
to
and
love
used by
me.
infantry brigades.
Hopefully you all read
Typically
the
for
piece
air
that I wrote
assault. It was first
called The
used in
Emperor is
Operation Desert
Naked.
Shield and Desert
I
Storm in
discussed this.
1991. It is also seeing active use
Actually,
in
me
Ukraine.
too. I'm completely sober right now, folks. And that's a rarity when I go live. I have not been drinking. I have not taken any edibles. I have not smoked any cannabis.
The 7th Infantry
I haven't
Division
taken any
stationed at Joint
shrooms.
Base Lewis
I'm raw
McClure
dogging
has
this
been
with
seeing
everyone.
continuous combat action ever since activation in World
And
War
it's
I.
really interesting to
From
watch
Europe to the
this.
Aleutian Islands, Japan, Korea, Afghanistan, and the
I
Pacific,
hate
the
looking and
Bayonet
seeing all the
Division
brothers
boasts
there. I
a
really
proud
do. I'm gonna
history
be
of answering
honest.
the
I don't
call of its
like
motto,
black people
"Trust
being
in
in the
me,"
military.
with resolute dedication. Sent to
What's his
deployments
name?
and conflicts
Hold
around
on,
the
let me
globe
see.
since it was founded, the division
Correct.
returned to Fort Lewis in 1971. Its first
Muhammad
time on
Ali
American soil
said,
since
I'm
1934.
paraphrasing, but
The
he's
7th
having it on his
Division,
shirt.
originally called the
And he
Hourglass
said,
Division due to their
you stole the
patch
land
design,
from the red
gained the nickname
people,
Bayonet Division,
and
Bayonet
you're
Division during
sending
their deployment to Korea in June of
black people.
1950.
You're sending the
At
black
Incheon
people
Landing during
to fight the
liberation
yellow
of Seoul,
people.
they were
He's
credited
talking about
with
Vietnam. He
plunging
said,
the
but
bayonet
you want to
into the
call
heart
us
of the
colored.
enemy.
You know,
The
like something like
13
that. But
members
he
of
was
the
like
division
criticizing
receiving
it. And it's
the
like,
Medal of Honor.
I don't like
The 7th enables
seeing
and sustains the
our
combat
people be
readiness of
subjected
two
to this.
Stryker
I
Brigade
understand
combat
fully
teams and a
why
combat
racialized people
aviation brigade.
do that. Katie, what up? Good to see you. I understand why racialized people join the military. I understand that for many people, it is the only like real career option that they have, especially if you're coming from a disenfranchised place. It is a government job. Right now, we don't know about the security of government jobs, but we know back in the day, a government job used to be good for you to to get. good benefits, good pension,
If
all
you
of
are
that
the
kind of stuff.
soldier, the
But the
cornerstone of
way they've been
everything the
messing
Army
with
does,
our
we
service
are
people and our
continuously
veterans, you can't
transforming.
even guarantee that
Army careers span
anymore,
the
right?
spectrum from attorneys to astronauts,
Yes,
mechanics to engineers.
100%,
The Army's greatest asset
100%.
is our people.
Um, Sorry, I'm gonna take this off here. Oh my goddamn nerves. Make myself clear. Yes, I do think we're about to go to World War III. And the reason I think that we're about to go to World War III is because um, our stepchild, Israel, um, they don't know how to act. They're wayward stepchildren. Netanyahu is absolutely out of his mind. And they attacked Iran. They've been trying to start a war with Iran for many years, decades actually. And now that they are in the midst of their final solution for the Palestinians, they're just going balls to the wall. And they're just like, might as well go for everything while we still got it, while we have this fascist in charge in the United States, we can just go for that. And that's what they did. And so it's really interesting because they go and they attack Iran. And then Iran comes back and attacks them, and they're crying about it. They're like, oh my God, they're hitting our civilians. This was a baby. And it's like, this is what you've been doing to the Palestinian people for decades. But if we want to bring it even closer, you've been doing this for the last 2 years nearly. You've been like wiping out, like they estimate 400,000 people have been killed by Israel, and they don't care, right? So, and the irony of it is this, they're attacking Iran because they don't believe that Iran should have nuclear weapons. How are you a country with hundreds, over 1,000, I believe, nuclear warheads? And you want to tell another country they can't have none? None of that makes sense, right? None of that makes sense. And so, yes, I do believe that. I also believe that United States is done. I've been saying this to you guys for a while. That's why I've been saying, like, live your life, enjoy every day that it is. The United States is done. It's done. Right. So my dad is also a veteran. My dad was in the Air Force for 31 years. And he's very much like, we didn't join because we were patriotic. It was like we wanted money for college. We wanted, to have something to back up. And so, I grew up with my dad and that same sentiment, right? And he was just like, I would never want my children to join, like absolutely not. There's nothing good that came out of that. Like my dad was in the Gulf War and he was just like, no, there's no pride there. He has a lot of the military things. That's why I iron my clothes all the time, stuff like that. But no, absolutely not. Yes, Imperial Boomerang definitely makes sense. And what I don't like we've been talking about how we are gaslit, and we've been talking about how they just lie to our faces and they tell us that things that we see with our own eyes are not real and not true. And I always tell everybody, like, take care of your heart, take care of your mind. Because if you plugged in and you're watching this stuff 24/7, it can be really harmful on your psyche. Like they're straight up and down lying to us. Let's see what they're doing. Let's see, is Trump about to speak? Let me turn on the sound. Uh-oh, he might be speaking soon. Look at all these people. Oh no, it's the propaganda. Let's take that out. Oh, we'll come back after the commercial. Um, so I have black family members who are part of those, and I don't understand it. It's hard. It's hard. Yeah, I do think we're definitely in a civil war. Um, and the problem is that not enough people have studied American history to understand that or to recognize that for what it is. And so that is a problem that we have. Um, checking in from Oz. The only, the first thing I think about when I think of Oz is jail. Y'all remember the show Oz on HBO? It was a jail. Yes, it does seem like a working lunch. It's really interesting that that's what's happening. Hey, Kia, good to see you. Right, and so that's exactly it, and so my son is 18 years old. My son is about to go to college. My biggest fear out of all of this is that they will institute a draft and they will take my baby, and I'm just like, how do I smuggle him out the country? Because absolutely not. I'm not trying to have my son fight for this piece of shit country. Absolutely not. No, definitely. I've been talking about this. I wrote about this. I said we all need to revisit. If you didn't read the books, definitely go watch the films. Um, we're already here. Like there's so many things. That's why I said the other day, I hope Suzanne Collins has a really good therapist because it's got to be the ultimate mind fuck to write this book, write these books, write this story, and then watch it unfold, right? Like clearly unfold, like damn near to the page. It's absolutely crazy. You said you give it less than 6 months. So the reason why I would actually agree with that is because of the climate issues, right? So we're dealing with like significant climate issues and defunding FEMA, uh, Trump is telling his Republican governors, I ain't giving you no money. So, what we're going to see is mass casualty events related to climate, right? We're entering into hurricane season. The Eastern Seaboard is going to struggle. The Southeast, the Eastern Seaboard is really going to struggle because climate change has been making the hurricanes worse. And so, we're going to have these issues. And I fear for folks that are in climate sensitive areas. Wildfires are going to be crazy. Hurricanes are going to be crazy. We're going to lose a lot of people. We're going to lose a lot of people because of this fascism. So, yeah, no, that's real. And that's what I think is going to happen this time around. A lot of people are going to be drafted in and it's going to be against their will. And I think that a lot of people are going to go AWOL. I think a lot of people are going to defect. Not mad at them. I support it 100%. I support everybody that goes AWOL. Um, that's real. And I've seen people have that same sentiment. I hate to be thanked for my service. I wish I hadn't done it. Absolutely. Like I've heard people say that as well. Um, my dad is kind of like, thanks, whatever. But, you know, um, you know what? I get it. Taking a step back, I get it. Wait, what the fuck are they talking about?
Face of the earth,
Is this a
United
commercial?
States
Or did he speak
Army.
already? Oh no, this was at the most recent graduation or something or whatever. Okay, well, we don't need that. We don't need that. All right. You know what? I thought about some things. I was like, I probably, let me stop drinking. No, absolutely not. I can't. I support everybody who is sober living. Listen, I'm with you. I'm a retired certified alcoholic substance abuse counselor. I get it. I am not going to stop drinking. All right. Is he speaking? What's happening here? It is so white. Has anybody noticed? Like, I don't know if you all have been watching. This shit is so white.
Joint Base Elmendorf, Richardson,
I think
Alaska is the home to
the
America's
darker
Arctic
people you
Angels,
see in the
who execute
audience
expeditionary
are
operations
a
worldwide,
mix of
conduct multi-domain
army
operations in the
families,
Indo-Pacific theater
people
and the
local
Arctic,
to DC
and
who
on
might be
order
conservative.
decisively
That's
defeat
it.
any adversary
They
in
were saying
extreme
that
cold
he
weather,
expected
mountainous and high-latitude
200,000
environments
people,
through
and they said there's
large-scale
barely
combat
10,000 people
operations.
there.
The Angels are the
There were
Army's
some
only Arctic
demonstrations
division.
across the country that
Masters of
had more
Arctic
than
warfare,
10,000
the 11th
people.
serves
He couldn't even
worldwide in
get
all
10,000
climates.
people to come
Established
out
in
for him.
November of
That's absolutely
1942,
crazy.
the Angels of the 11th Airborne Division led the way in the Philippines during World War II and spearheaded an amphibious invasion of Luzon and distinguished themselves
Yeah, so
during the
it's
liberation of
interesting. So
Manila.
as the rumor
After a
goes,
period
and it may
spent
not be
inactive
so
and
much of a
stationed in
rumor,
Germany from 1963 to
but when
65,
they do them
the
tests,
division operated as the
they
11th
do them
Air Assault
assessments or
Division with the
whatever.
mission of
They
testing
say
and
the super
refining the
intelligent people,
Army's
the people who got the
helicopter-centric
highest
air
intelligence
mobility
marks, they send
doctrine.
them to the Air Force.
Activated once again in June of
The ones
2022, they
who
remain dedicated to
are a
defending
little like
America's interests throughout the
kind of
Arctic, in
quirky
Alaska, and
and but
beyond.
also
The
smart, they send
11th
them to the
Airborne
Navy.
Division,
The ones who
America's
can barely
Arctic
read, they put them in the
Angels.
Army. And the ones who are psychologically damaged and psychotic, they send them to the Marines because the Marines are the killers and they need people who are comfortable with killing other people. And only psychotic people are really that
Requiring
comfortable with killing
ongoing
other people.
maintenance in the
I
field
heard.
and
I'm
on
not,
base because nothing happens until
if
something
you were in the
moves. Wheeled
Marines,
vehicle
I'm just
mechanics
saying you might be a little
supervise and
test
perform
and it's
maintenance,
okay.
repair, and recovery
Um,
operations on vehicles that serve
Yeah,
the
and you
Army.
know what? Let me take them off because I don't want to hear that anymore. Yes, so I think we need to talk about COVID a bit. I was just at an event, conference where somebody tested positive for COVID. Now, shout out to them. They had given us all COVID tests when we got there. And then once somebody identified that they tested positive, they let all of us know and they wanted people to mask up. Whew. Also, a lot of people refusing to wear their masks. And I was just like, okay, I'm just not going to be going to many things. I tried to wear my mask as much as possible, and then I stayed outside a lot. But yeah, COVID is still here, and I'm hearing that the new strain is making people feel like they're swallowing razor blades. So, and then the measles, yes, they have new cases of whooping cough. I'm from Gen X. When I was young, like whooping cough, measles, mumps, chicken pox, those were things that we would see. But scientists did a lot of work to get rid of these things, to like make sure that they were not rampant anymore. And now they're all back because we have one of the dumbest motherfuckers in the planet, who is in charge of Health and Human Services. The only thing I wish that I had for that was that I'm sorry, I have it on mute. You can watch if you want. The only my biggest issue with that is like, could we at least have had either a doctor or a social worker, or maybe like a social work nurse practitioner, somebody who has some connection to health and or human services. Like, I don't think that that's too much to ask, but they just put a 22-year-old former grocery clerk in charge of the Department of Domestic Terrorism. So it's very clear to anybody paying attention that they absolutely do not give a single solitary fuck about the American people. Um, and all this talk about, oh, this is what the people wanted. That's also the other thing you have to remember, is that they're constantly reiterating, this is what the American people voted for. This is what they want. And that's an abuser tactic. That is a way to divest themselves of responsibility and say, well, anything that happens that's bad, you voted for it. You wanted it, right? And so when I see like liberals or people who claim to be liberals saying that, I'm like, you're reiterating abuser language and tactics. And like, you sound just like the fascists when you say that. You know what I mean? Like, yes, a lot of people voted for Donald Trump. Even more people didn't, right? So we can stop saying that stuff over and over and over again. If you're new to the chat, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. That's really helpful for me. Eventually, I want to monetize this channel, but I cuss too goddamn much. They're gonna be like, we're not paying you. You curse too much, lady. So I don't know. Oh, you said they are at work walking in step. My goodness. My goodness. Oh gosh. Look at JD Vance. Look at all these white men. Like, and that's the thing about white male supremacy, is that they can all look around each other and see nothing wrong with the fact that it's all just them as white men. They believe that that's how it's supposed to be. And I know a lot of people don't like talking about The Handmaid's Tale, but I do think that there's, some stuff worth looking at when we revisit that story. If you haven't read The Handmaid's Tale, it's a good thing to read. The show includes a lot of things that are not in the book. So if you're watching The Handmaid's Tale and never read the book, don't think that that's what the book is about. I think they had 5 full seasons. Like, that book is not long enough to have produced as much as they did. But the idea is the same, right? That they get all these white men and isolate the power. And these men clearly want to control reproduction. They want to control women's bodies. And that's where we are. Like, that's exactly where we are. We're not getting there. We absolutely are there. And I think about the younger girls and the younger women, and what ends up happening when a natalist, when natalist propaganda and stuff takes over. I also have recommended in the past a book series called The Unwind Dystology. It's by Neil Shusterman. Somebody wants to put that in the chat. And it talks about how the United States had a civil war over abortion, and they came to a compromise. And the compromise would be that people would be forced to have their children, but when they became teenagers or a certain age, parents had the option to have them unwound, which means that they have this scientific process where they unravel their bodies and take their parts and use them for other things. So while they're conscious, right? Imagine, what the whole series to me just is a whole statement to me on how much America hates teenagers and hates young people. And I've seen that live in the flesh. The way going through this process with my son, going to applying to college and being in these groups on Facebook with folks and seeing the way people talk about their children, it's absolutely disgusting. A lot of people hate being parents and they hate their children. And it's really actually kind of scary. Um, let's see what y'all saying. Um, you're talking about getting boosters. Yeah, if you can get a booster shot, that would be great. Like, please be safe, everybody. Please be safe. Um, where is Usha Vance? I don't know. I actually have not seen her in a long time. And it's funny because a while back I talked about her mom. Her mom is like super liberal. Like her mom is just like, I can't imagine like how it's embarrassing. I imagine that she's embarrassed, and unfortunately, those, my South Asian family, you all know that you love whiteness and you hate blackness. Your communities really love whiteness and hate blackness. And so I'm not surprised that, they pushed their daughter to get with a white dude. But let's remember, this is also a white dude who is a homosexual and knew that he was a homosexual and then somehow believes that, gay conversion therapy worked and he was no longer gay. So this is a homosexual. And she's his beard and we get it. And, they have 2 kids, right? And that's all they need, right? I think they have 2 or 3. It's like, that's all I need to solidify my position as a man, as a real man, right? He doesn't love that woman. You can see that their body language. They hate each other. But I don't know. He kind of got weird. He started getting super weird when he converted, right? Converted to that fake ass Catholicism that's not really real. So yeah. Oh, that's funny. That's not funny, but it's funny. All these tanks, I just want everybody to understand, $100 million, they said. Some people said 40 million, whatever. $100 million, hardly anybody's in the audience. I just want everybody to notice this. Like, if you look in the crowds, there's hardly anybody there along this parade route. It is empty as shit. Nobody cares. Like, this is bullshit. It's propaganda. Nobody wants to be there. Let's see. Yeah, he really has disrespected the military so much. And that's what makes this really ironic is that, like, this man shits on prisoners of war, saying he wouldn't have gotten caught. He was a draft dodger. He said all these horrible things about the military and talking about them getting trophy wives and all that. Like, what the fuck is he even talking about? Like, who cares? Yeah, I'm not actually that serious about it. It's okay. You know why I don't have to stress it too much? Because every time I do a live, you all see the Fem Jones Cash App and the Fem Jones Venmo and stuff, and people tend to support me, so I'm fine with that. If I'm on here for an hour and I get $100, that's $100 for an hour of streaming. That's not bad. I appreciate it. I'm never out here trying to be rich. I'm trying to just keep a roof over my head and pay my bills, keep my mortgage up to date, right? So they don't come and take my house. So that's always helpful. Yes, he keeps referring to his kids as her kids, except for when he's using them as props and human shields. Remember that time when he was out and about and he lied to everybody and said he got rushed by a crowd and he made a whole big thing, charge at me when I have my kid. Nobody charged at him. We saw the real video. Nobody charged him. I agree with you. All of this is propaganda. It's propaganda live. They're going to cut and slice this and turn this into some really interesting propaganda. There's a debate about this. There was a listing on Craigslist. Nobody could verify that it came from the Trump camp. But people were saying that they were going to pay people, $1,000 in crypto to come and wear red, white, and blue and stuff like that. But that wasn't necessarily verified. So, I don't know. But I think it's funny that somebody even created that because, that's pretty much what they would need to get it done anyway. That's the special envoy to the Middle East. It makes sense to have somebody as the leader of the special envoy to the Middle East? Somebody who is actually Middle Eastern. Or at least a brown person. Is he Middle Eastern? Somebody fact check me. I don't want to say. Oh, yes. Yes, future Nuremberg trials. I was just thinking about that today because a lot of people were out there and they were confronting ICE folks and things like that. And a lot of people they'll say, the people have been protesting ICE or whatever, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm just doing my job." You're not just doing your job. That does not hold up in international court. You had the opportunity to not be a fascist. You had the opportunity, to not kill people, and you did. So that was funny. Yeah. So I don't know if he's coming on or not, but I'm gonna leave this over here, and I actually want to talk a little bit more about the No Kings Parade. I got a clip I want to show y'all. Hold on. Let me share this. Share this tab instead. All right. I want y'all to hear this. Can y'all hear this? Hold on. I didn't even put it on the stage. Hold on.
Here's my sign. I'm here at a No Kings March in Woolwich Township, South Jersey, and I'm just in tears because there are so many people honking at us, and they're so happy. And I feel like I've been holding this in since November. Listen to them and all the cheering. Here's my sign.
Okay. So I shared that because I drove past it. I drove past there today. It wasn't a lot. Y'all have to understand. Here's one of the whitest. When I talk about Whitelandia, I'm talking about Woolwich Township. Oh my God. It's one of the most racist places I've ever been in my whole entire fucking life. Okay. And I've been around a lot of places. My kid goes to school in that township. Okay. Those are some of the most racist crackers I've ever encountered in my life. And it is a super interracial capital. Like South Jersey. There's a lot of beige children graduating with my kid. And that's the irony of it, right? These self-hating niggas get these racist white bitches pregnant. I'm sorry, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. So yes, so we were talking about No King's Day. And I just thought it was really interesting. So of course, I made commentary. Let me see if I can pull up what I said, because in case you missed it, I don't think I'm a shit starter. I just be sharing my thoughts, and people get in their feelings about it, and I'm trying to understand what's going on. Hold on. Oh, well, one of the things I said up and down my timeline, I've been reposting videos and pictures asking where are the Black people? Not because I seek answers, because I know where my people are. I'm just asking the question to get you all reflect on why Black people are not joining you and why you have not built community with the people who are the architects of the modern American protests. And I want you to consider how far you think you're actually going to get without us. Now, let's be clear. In major cities like New York City, you saw a diverse crowd. Still not nearly as many Black people as there could have been, but you saw more diverse crowds, right? That's just the nature of big city life. Like, we live on top of each other. When you live on top of each other, you do that. In contrast, though, you have a city like Philadelphia. Somebody try to tell me, oh, I saw Black people. Nah, nigga, nah. I looked at plenty of videos from Philadelphia, a city that is 43% Black. Niggas were not out there today. And this is a city, a protest city. This is a city with a lot of activism. Why would I know that? According to Threads, I've never even been to Philly. So, what do I know about Philly activism? But anyway, I had heard that there was a lot of, activism in Philadelphia. Black people do take to them streets. Black people take care of their communities. Black people will come together and rally for things. And they were not out there today. I was looking at scenes from Chicago, and a lot of the stuff that I saw was majority white and not black. And I mean, there were some black folks there, of course, but not like 10 years ago when we did National Moment of Silence, and there was like 5,000, 6,000 people out there, and most of them were black. I started looking at these different cities that I've seen in the past have turnouts for activism that have been black led and things like that. And so I was just like, y'all have to really think about this. If black people don't trust you, they're not going to show up. And the way you build trust is through building community. You are not going to build community with a marginalized group if your version of protest is face painting and a bubble parade. I shared one where there was a bubble parade. Let's find that one because that was pretty awesome, actually. Hold on. I got a bunch of them, y'all. So we're going to share some. Hold on. So many, Jesus. I was starting shit today, wasn't I? Oh gosh. What is wrong with me? Trying to be nice. Hold on, where the black people? Oh, okay, wait. I'm gonna show y'all something. Hold on, I'm gonna scroll back. I'm scrolling back. Oops, I said where are the black people? Somebody blocked me. They started blocking me, y'all. Oh man. All right. So let me share this. Sorry, y'all. I'm a little rusty. Okay. So here we go. So let's see. We have this one. Mostly white folk. I mean, there's cute signs. Signs are cute, right? I guess. I also noticed there was a lot of older black folks too. The young folks was like, fuck y'all. So here we go. Panoramic view. Wait, did I share it with you guys? Oh yeah, okay. Making sure that you all could see it, right? It's a lot of white people. A lot of white people. A lot of white people. Well, here we go. A lot of honking. A lot of honking. A lot of honking. A lot of American flags. Right. Okay. So that's that, right? Here we go. Look at that. I'm trying to. If y'all see one, point it out. Okay. This is looking very white. Okay. A lot of upside down flags. At least they did that. Okay. There's another one. They're on the streets next to the Lowe's. Yeah. A lot of older white folks. They was out there. Yeah. They're honking. We're honking. We're honking. Honk to kill fascism. Now, for 2 seconds, that sign looked like kill niggers. Okay, listen. I'm gonna go back and I want y'all to watch it and just flash at it real quick. Don't it look like kill niggers? I gotta stop letting me stream. They're gonna kick me off. All right, here we go. Palatine, Illinois. This looks like a Ren fair. Okay. White people, y'all are creative. I'm gonna give you that much. Yeah, wow. Cosplaying a revolution. Okay. Deport Trump. Okay. Wow, we're at the strip mall. Probably more honking. Oh, terminate Elon Doge to save lives of America. Okay, that was creative. No kings, no fascists, no religious zealots. Okay. Y'all got facts. Oh, wait, look at the little they made him a little typo there. Okay. Well, so white people were out. They were out. Well, we're gonna keep going. Keep going. All right, here we go. There's a lot of no kings. Okay, there's white people. Oh wait, let's see what they're chanting. Just walking. This lady here is tired of the bullshit. She's been holding the sign. We've been marching since the 60s. I can tell she's tired. So fucked up. Even introverts are here. I saw a number of those, which tells me y'all are just not original. The Black Power Fist kicks my ass. It's just very white. It's very white. Yeah, it's very white. Yeah. Right. I'm just gonna let that be what it is. Yeah. So I'm looking, right? Y'all tell me if y'all see one. And so the irony for me is that a lot of the signs were saying this is what democracy looked like. But I'm like, what does democracy look like? We ain't got no black people. Ain't no black people. All right. I might got some peanuts. Hold on. Oh, this is the fun one.
Forever waves of rain, for purple mountains, majesty,
Okay.
above the
This. Okay. Wait, I'm gonna go back a bit. Okay. I just want y'all to see that look like a Klan rally. That looks like a goddamn Klan rally. Why are you waving American flags? Oh, it is Flag Day. But what are you protesting? Friends, what the fuck are white people on? This is in Miami. I said, ¿Dónde están los negros? What is happening here? It's Miami. Miami-Dade County has a lot of black people in it. ¿Dónde están? Wow. Niggas in Miami said no, but then we found one. I tried to get a screenshot to make sure I blocked out his face. And this is in Las Vegas. And his sign says, y'all got any more of them checks and balances? Trump is still marching. They're still marching over there. So it's really like, yeah, this is what it looked like over top. What? The people were crying, y'all. They said that they were crying. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
redwood forest, to Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
It's the whitest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Walking that river highway.
This is actually scary. White people, do y'all know that y'all are scary? Do y'all know? Y'all know when y'all get together like that with American flags, y'all know that is nightmare fuel for people like me. Because the last time y'all did shit like that, people like me ended up hanging from trees. It absolutely is the end. We're done. You're listening and learning, but not listening. Not learning shit fast enough. The United States is done by next year. Whatever the fuck y'all's gonna learn, it got to be learned today. It needed to have been learned yesterday. Because, listen, it was nice. That's why I created this community. If y'all remember when I started this channel, I said, look, I'm gonna be here to the ship sinks. I'm on the Titanic playing the violins as the shit goes down. I am here for you. I am here to keep us all together. Because white people are insufferable. You people are absolutely insufferable. Wait, let's see what they're saying now. I'm sorry. I keep checking the hashtag to see if anything else interesting comes up. Oh boy. Somebody said I could shit a better president. Oh wait, this is in Jersey. Hold on, let me show you. Let me share this one. Because, white people, y'all are amazing. Just so y'all know, the Jersey Shore is one of the most racist places in the country. Back the boss. Okay, they're supporting Bruce Springsteen. Trump is a dick. Okay. Know your parasites. Oh, dear tick, dog tick, lunatic. Oh, that's ableist. Now you've pissed off grandma. Well, grandma she's Italian because I'm like, you got a nigga nose. She's Italian. See again, so bad even the introverts are here. I've seen that quite a few times. Oh, I guess if y'all want to do that, I guess. They're trying to be creative, y'all. This is Portland. Is that Cheeto? No, that's creative. His face is a container of Cheetos. I'm gonna give him that one. We like creative. They said proud to be here. They're on. Notice everybody is still peacefully on the sidewalks, disrupting nothing, challenging nothing, holding signs, and it is very, 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 very white. Now here's the thing.
Let's go!
Okay, lesbians against the Nazi and Klan. Okay. How are you driving this long? Ain't no. Okay, there's one. There's a couple. There was a couple. Okay. So here's the thing. All right. So here's the thing. I gotta go on a little bit of a rant. Okay. Earlier, I said that I wasn't going to be going to the Philly one because it's not really a protest, right? I'm not that young anymore. Excuse me. I've been doing community organizing in one form or another for the last 27 years, right? My first major demonstration was related to affirmative action when I was an undergrad. I could actually go back to high school because I organized the sit-in back then too, but that's a whole other story. I've been doing this for a long time. And I'm kind of at that age where I'm just like, I don't have it in me to be out there every weekend and, doing all that kind of stuff. I want to save my energy for actions that I believe are going to be meaningful. Now, meaningful to me, that's to me. I'm not whatever. But people got really bothered because I said talking about what I believe is meaningful. And I said that I don't believe that parades and face painting and carnivals and these things are meaningful. Because what does it change? I said that Trump is going to drop like 10 executive orders this week just to show you all who's boss. Like, he doesn't care about any of this. Right. And so a lot of people are like, oh, it's people coming together. It's people having hope. And I'm like, Obama gave y'all hope. And look at where we are. Y'all voted for Obama on hope and change, and he gave you ICE. It's part of why we are where we are right now. Well, that's where that fucking hope got you. So outside of hope, you need to get to the change part. And we're not going to get to the change part until we're actually willing to do shit, right? And so you had these people organizing in alliance with police officers, right? Inviting them, giving them flags, all that kind of bullshit. No, we don't protest with the fucking pigs. We don't protest with law enforcement. That's not a protest. That's a party. Okay? I had a number of people replying to me saying, yeah, I went to one today and it felt like a tailgate. It felt like a festival, whatever. Donald Trump and his administration don't give a good goddamn about any of this. Like when people say things like, we're showing strength and unity and numbers and force, I'm like, do you know that the United States spends more than half of its budget on defense? You know the United States just lost a $60 million jet because it fell off of the ship, and they just were like, oh, sucks. The United States sends 2,000-pound bombs to Israel to commit genocide. Why do y'all think they won't do that to you if they really wanted to? Like, if you're new to my channel, by the way, if you're new here, please understand, I'm not one of those, I voted for Kamala liberals. No, I'm a radical. I'm not even a leftist because you fucking leftists are racist as fuck. I'm out the door, okay? You all have to start really thinking about the United States capacity. Oh, they would never, y'all told me last year, they would never put the military on their own citizens. That's what y'all said. That's what y'all argued with me and said. Okay, Los Angeles would like a word. Donald Trump sent the National Guard and 800 Marines. Yes, they wouldn't do that. I said, yes, they will. The United States has always said, what are you talking about? And part of it is because you don't know history. And part of that is because of racism. So a lot of it is that you were not taught that the United States treats its own citizens like that. And that's because a lot of you don't see Black people as real citizens. I'm going to say that again. A lot of you don't see Black people as real citizens. And that's why it doesn't register with you that the United States is more than fully capable of doing exactly that to its own people. Again, y'all say, listen to Black women. Black women are going to save us. Black women are going to lead us. But you don't actually listen to us. I have so many people in my replies. So what are you going to do? And what have you done? 2 seconds to type my motherfucking name in Google, and you'll see everything that I've done. It's all there. I even posted a link. I said, here's one demonstration that I did that had 112 articles from across the country and the world written about it. That's just one event. So don't ever ask me what I know about organizing or what I'm going to do. I did that. And a great team of folks. In fact, a lot of people that are activists now got their start then. You know how I know y'all don't read books that you fake and say that you buy? DeRay McKesson wrote about it in his book. How that thing that I organized started him, launched him. You understand what I'm saying? I just went to a conference, Black Feminist Future. The senior operations director started with me. I'm Ella Baker with this shit. The modern Ella Baker. I'm actually motivating people. I'm getting people out there. So don't ever question or ask me what I'm doing or what I've done. All you bitches is my sons. You heard? So now I actually have to do another goddamn thing for the rest of my life. Okay? Because with one action, I created dozens of activists who are now in leadership positions across this country. So fuck you. Okay, I'm back. So what should you be doing? Because that's what everybody asks me. Well, what's the answer then? Well, my answer is for you to shut the fuck up and get out of my face. But, for those who aren't, being assholes, we have to make their lives a living hell. And I don't think that you're comfortable with that, right? Because see, that's what the pushback actually is. The pushback is that we're telling you to actually go and do more. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be inconvenienced. See, lining up along the side of a sidewalk and holding a cute sign about introverts, For you, that does something. And I get it. Makes you feel like you're part of something. Meanwhile, Trump is like, okay, I'm supposed to be like intimidated by this. I'm not. But what I am going to do is send out my folks, and your local law enforcement is going to be all interspersed in those crowds. And they're secretly scanning your faces and collecting data on all of you. Because if y'all had actually been paying attention to Doge and how Elon Musk and his team of misfits infiltrated the United States government and stole nearly all of the government's data, including yours, you'd maybe start thinking, well, wait a second. Could it be that the people who set up this whole thing are working with them? Maybe they found a way to corral us all together because they know we're too stupid to cover our fucking faces or to wear masks. Why do you think the established activists, and you can look at the different pictures and the videos and see who the real activists were, because they had masks on. Their faces were covered. They had glasses, goggles, they had hats on. Maybe if you want to think twice, where did this 50501 shit pop out of? Now, we told y'all to be suspicious of this, but them motherfuckers had y'all out there registering to protest. Hillary Clinton was like, sign up here for your peaceful protests. Why didn't that concern people? You don't sign up for protests, my friends. Like, you don't do that. And yet, so many of you were out there singing Kumbaya. This land is your land. This land is my land. No, it's not. You on stolen land, bitch. You're not even supposed to be here. There's people at these protests. I pledge allegiance to the American flag of the United States, to the flag of the United States of America. Are you fucking dumb? That's not protest. That's actually fascism. Putting your hand over your right hand over your heart and reciting a pledge to a cloth that represents a nation. That is full on fascism, you dumb fucks. So what are we doing here? Nothing. All you've done is giving them biometric data, names, email addresses. Some of you dumbasses even put your home addresses there. You gave them biometric data. You were standing there waving flags, standing right next to undercover cops who were probably siphoning the information off of your phones because you dumbasses brought your phones because you wanted pictures to show the world that you were there. And you didn't put your phones on airplane mode, so they just sucked all the information off of your phones. So now they know exactly who you are. Like, so, but see, here's the thing. The reason that you didn't think about that is because you don't know what you're doing. And the reason you don't know what you're doing is because you don't listen to the people who do. The United States activism, modern activism, all exists because of the Black people's blueprint. Women's rights, queer rights, disability rights, all of that followed the same blueprint outlined by African American resistors. Okay? From the nonviolent approaches and direct actions, which you all don't do. But standing on a corner is not a nonviolent action. You're just standing on a corner. A nonviolent action is something like the Target boycott. That's actually nonviolent, right? It's very violent to Target because they're constantly losing money, which is great. But that's an action that you can take. Probably the most effective nonviolent actions are the withholding of money because this is a capitalist economy and it relies on people spending money. But then you get plants like, Tabitha Brown coming out like, oh, my sweet babies. Oh, by the way, I'm older than her. uh, you should support the Black authors. Like some of us, if you don't shop at Target to get the books, they're gonna lose all that money my sweet baby loves, and it's so precious, and I'm losing all this money because I'm so completely tied up at Target, and I don't have any cause to be able to sell my shit in other places. And since you all are, boycotting, I'm losing all of my money. But I'm gonna try to make this about supporting Black authors. Get the fuck out of here. You a fucking plant. Shut up. Nobody told you to sign exclusive deals with them. You thought that was cute. It's not. Business 101. Wu-Tang said diversifying your bonds, nigga. What are you doing? But we supposed to go along with that. But anyway, nonviolence is one of the most effective boycotts that you can do. The others, I posted about this as well. When they were sitting in at the lunch counters, they didn't just say, hey, let's go have lunch today. No, they organized and they trained those students. These were college students and high school students. They trained them how to sit there. They poured stuff on them. They hosed them down. They cursed at them. They yelled at them. They poked and prodded. They put guns to their head. They trained them to prepare for anything that white people were going to handle, to hand towards them. And so that when they went into those stores and they sat at those Woolworth counters and such, they were ready and they were prepared. That's what you do. I posted a picture of me linked arms with some other folks and kind of sitting there on the ground and protesting against the cops. It's like, you can't move us. Like, we linked our arms. We rehearsed for this. We practiced this shit. We go to trainings for this. We learned how to link our arms and things. That's what you need to do. And so for me, it's like, if you want to take this to the next level, if you just don't want the bouncy houses, if you actually want to do something meaningful, if you can get all these people to come out for this, then you should, if these people are really talking about fighting fascism, you should be able to get them all together to fight against, hold on, I'm just checking this thing. Somebody is performing a country song. They stopped the parade. I feel like Trump may be coming up next. I'm just keeping my eye on this, y'all. Actually, let me put this on here so we can keep our eye on this. All right, I'm gonna keep the sound off though. So anyway, you said many want to hold the camera but don't want to stand in front of the gun, right? And that's part of the problem, right? Excuse me. That's part of the problem, is that, that's a step too far. And I had some people responding to me, well, if I do that, they're going to shoot us with tear gas. You think? Did you not see them sick dogs and water hoses on protesters in the civil rights movement? What would happen if they hadn't shown up? Where would we be? Would we have the civil rights law? Would those things have been passed? And without those, could we not have gotten subsequent things passed? Probably not. So what do you want to see different for this country that don't even belong to you? What do you want to see? You got to prepare. You got to be ready. And folks don't want to do that. That young woman I saw, I think it was Chicago, and she sat on the street, folded her legs, and sat there in front of the vehicle that was, I think it was like an ICE vehicle or something, to stop it from being able to move. That's disruption. That is nonviolent protest. Okay? Setting up a carnival where your kids can get their faces painted and you have a bubble parade, that is not protest. That is community building. Absolutely. You can do that, but guess what? Y'all do that anyway in these small towns. I know what life is like in a small town. I've learned what life is like in a small town. You guys have festivals every other fucking weekend. You got all the bouncy houses every other fucking weekend. You do this anyway. You just slapped a protest label on this one. You're not doing anything. And you get mad at me because I'm like, yo, you said the tear gas was deployed on protesters in Atlanta. Yeah, because Atlanta's a bunch of niggas. Of course it was. Cleveland, they brought the police out there today too, because there was Black people at that protest. But I'm looking at protests in so many pockets of the country that have zero Black people, and I'm like, this is your day-to-day life. You live with no Black people around you. That's why you don't see anything wrong with it. You don't see anything wrong with a sea of white people because that's what you're used to every day. I know this every time I walk into one of these fucking stores. And it's like a record scratch. Like, how dare I be there in their white spaces? I know it. Exactly. So people ask me, they're like, well, what should we do? So I got my bullhorn. And I was like, you know what? Get you a little bullhorn. My bullhorn was like $25. Get you a little bullhorn. Get you a little $2 whistle. And take your ass and stand outside their houses at night. Get you some rest. If you go to work, come back. Get you a little couple of hours of rest. And then get your ass up and go over to your elected official's house where they sleeping and don't let them sleep. You have the right to do that. As long as you're not standing on their property, you're good. That's where the bullhorns come in. That's where the drums and things come in. That's where the spotlights come in. That's where all of those things come in. Because you have to look up your local ordinances around like public, the public spaces and what you're able to do. But people we were doing this. George Floyd, when you all were trying to get out the house from the quarantine, you all did that. Get back to it. Find out where they go to lunch. Find out where they go to brunch. My homegirl's in DC. She says sometimes she'll go to the lunch and she'll see these people all the time. Don't let them eat in peace until they answer for what they are doing. You find out where your local MAGA representative goes to lunch and you get your ass out there and you get your bullhorn and you tell them, I can't sleep. You can't sleep. I can't live free. You can't live free. I just want to talk to you. I'm a constituent. I would like to have a conversation. Like, you guys have to be disruptive. You have to actually disrupt shit. ICE center. Some people say, well, we don't have an ICE center in the house. Cool. I know you have police precincts. I know you have police stations. But see, the thing is, the reason why y'all ain't protesting the police because you love the police. You love the pigs. Y'all can't let go of the pigs. So no, you're not going to go to a local police precinct, even though they terrorize people. You're not going to go to your local police precinct. You got them on speed dial. But imagine if you understood that American law enforcement is nothing but an extension of America's militarization and its surveillance of its own people, right? By and large, law enforcement does not prevent crime. They don't prevent crimes, they don't solve crimes, and they barely respond to them. So what exactly are they there for? Your tax dollars are paying them for what? Go protest at the police stations. Protest at ICE centers. Imagine if the Philly thing is supposed to start at Love Park and make its way to down to Ben Franklin, over to the Art Museum. Imagine if it walked towards Market. Imagine if it walked towards Front End Market, past the Liberty Bell, past the ICE office right on 8th Street. Imagine if it stopped there and had a demonstration in front of the ICE office. Imagine if that's what you wanted to do. Imagine if every week people met there and it was rotating people. You take Monday, you take Tuesday, you take Wednesday, etc. And you met there in your free time and you protested. Oh, is this JD Vance? Is he about to speak? Hold on, y'all. Uh-oh. Let me refresh. Did I lose the feed? Oh no, it looked like. Here we go.
This evening, as we celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States Army, the oldest branch of the greatest fighting force ever known to man, I want to say to all the soldiers all across our nation's capital and all across the world, happy birthday, soldiers. We're proud of you.
Close to speech, Lord.
I want to say you represent an unbroken line of greatness.
Does he have teleprompters?
Excellence.
Yeah, he does.
And one of the things the President of the United States has told his entire administration, from the Vice President on down, is that we must remember that the young men and women who put on the uniform and serve this nation are our most precious resource.
Are they?
We must honor them. We must respect them. We must fight for them. And that's exactly what the Trump administration aims to do every single day. And so to our soldiers, we're so proud of you. And let me tell you that the way that we honor and respect you is, number one, we never ask you to go to war unless you absolutely have to.
There is
and
no
number
ever
two,
time you have to.
when we do ask you to go to war, we give you the weapons and the support needed to kick the hell out of the enemy and come back home safely.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. What is happening?
Now, I know I am the
Fucking
last
liar.
thing standing between...
Uh-oh. Why is the feed acting up? It's not me. Hold on, yeah.
Birthday of the Army.
There we go.
It is, of course, the birthday of the President of the United States.
Nobody
Happy
cares.
birthday,
Nah,
Mr.
fuck you.
President.
No, fuck you.
But I would get in trouble if I didn't mention that it's also my wedding anniversary.
Nobody
so
cares.
To my lovely wife, I love you, honey. Happy anniversary.
No, you don't.
And thank you for everything that you do for our country.
I ain't got no bra on, y'all. You're just gonna have to deal with it.
So without further ado,
oh God,
it is my pleasure to introduce
here we go.
the 45th and 47th Commander-in-Chief of the United States military, President Donald J. Trump.
Okay. Make sure y'all let people know on Threads we're over here watching it together. Dr. Hall, what up? Good to see you, bro. Right, because you know it's going to be a bunch of rambling bullshit.
Thank you to Vice President Vance. And thank you to our wonderful First Lady.
I want some.
And above all, thank you to the greatest, fiercest, and bravest fighting force ever to stride the face of this earth, the United States Army. Thank you very much.
So far, he sounds a bit coherent, y'all.
Because the Army keeps us free, you make us strong, and tonight you have made all Americans very proud. They're watching from all over the world, actually.
Off script.
Made them all very proud.
Off script. So for those who are new, I started this by analyzing political speeches.
It's about time.
So that's where my commentary comes from.
Too. That's what we're doing tonight.
He's off script there. Whenever he says
watching this magnificent display,
okay,
our souls are filled with gratitude.
He's straining
for every generation of warriors who have worn the uniform all the way back to the very beginning. So to every veteran across our land and right here in our nation's capital, including 6 recipients of the Congressional Medal of Honor, we love you, we honor you, and we salute your noble service.
Who wrote this?
To our flag and to our country.
Somebody look up and see who
as we celebrate tonight. We also think of the hundreds of thousands of Army soldiers who have made the supreme sacrifice for our nation and selflessly laid down their lives in every war, from the revolution to the war on terror. To the Gold Star families with us today, the courage of your heroes is the bedrock on which our entire nation stands. We thank you. Yes, we thank you.
He looks it too. He's holding on to the podium a little bit
not just
harder than he usually
history,
does.
But change the history of the entire world with the creation of America's Army.
The shift of the shoulder to do like this, he's struggling like a bit.
Liberty got its shield and the freedom got its sword. Those first Army patriots in the American Revolution fought against a fearsome enemy, and
he's learning things himself because he doesn't know any of this.
They were armed with a righteous cause. They were led by an indomitable commander, a truly great man.
Wake up! No, he is.
George Washington.
What is happening while he's doing this?
By an eternal creed. Their motto is victory or death. Over the past 2.5 centuries, our warriors have shown unrivaled valor on fields of battle around the globe. With the frostbitten feet and bloody fist, they have marched into the flames and fury of combat.
He is.
Charged up mountains, stormed beaches.
Notice he's opening his mouth more because he recognizes that he's
leapt into skies thick with smoke and shrapnel. The U.S. Army has driven bayonets into the heart of sinister empires.
No, he's not doing well at
Crushed
all,
the ambitions
actually.
of evil tyrants.
And because he
Beneath
usually
the
goes off
threads of
script way
American
more than
tanks,
this.
It's done so well. It's done so much.
Here we go.
And
He's off
sent the
script.
devil himself
Okay.
flying into full retreat. Time and
Yeah.
again, America's enemies have learned that
He's
if
slurring.
you threaten the American people, our soldiers are coming for you. Your defeat will be certain. Your demise will be final.
He
and your
only goes off
downfall
script
will
when
be total
when he's done a couple
and
of bumps.
complete.
And he's been sitting there for a while. So Trump has been sitting there for a few hours, and he didn't have an opportunity to go sneak a
Because
bump.
our soldiers never give up, never surrender, and never, ever quit. They fight, 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 and they win, win, win. And that's why no institution in history has entered more names into the roster of American heroes than the U.S. Army, the Congressional Medal of Honor.
I think that's why he does a lot of that 2 a.m. Posting, because he takes a long nap in the
Anthony Wayne
evenings.
asked by George Washington to lead a daring midnight raid up the cliffs of Stony Point with unloaded muskets and only their bayonets to fight
he's
the
struggling.
redcoats.
He's definitely struggling
Mad
to hold
Anthony
himself up.
replied, "Issue the order, sir, and I will storm into hell for you."
He's not really sure what he's even saying.
Then there was the Civil War general, John Corse, shot in the face in combat. He fired off a message to his commander. I am short a cheekbone and one ear, but I am able to whip the hell out of all of them.
What?
He stayed on the front lines, it seemed forever. In World War II, there was the great Creighton Abrams, besieged on all sides by the Nazis at the Battle of the Bulge. He boldly proclaimed,
we're watching
"They've got
somebody
us
who has not had his
surrounded again, the
cocaine.
poor bastards."
That's what we're watching.
This is the fighting spirit and unyielding force of the U.S. Army.
He's bored
It
by
has
his own
never
speech.
changed, and it will never, ever change.
He's bored by his own
There
speech.
is no earthly force more powerful than the brave heart of a U.S.
Look at his hand. Look at his hand.
Or
He's
an Army
struggling.
Ranger, paratrooper, or Green Beret.
been
They are
shit
the
for
best.
life.
They are the finest. From Bunker Hill to San Juan Hill, from Gettysburg to
here.
Guadalcanal, from Yorktown
And
to
it's
Shiloh,
grayish.
and from the trenches of the Argonne
Look at
to
this.
the mountains of
Look at how he's
Afghanistan.
leading.
The Army has forged a legacy of unmatched courage, untold sacrifice, and unequal
Just like Biden.
and undying glory. Our soldiers have poured out their blood by the bucketful on Missionary Ridge,
Darkwater
and
sibilance.
Heartbreak Ridge, on the sands
Dirty
of
asses.
Sicily,
What is a
Normandy, and the
sibilance?
Philippines,
For those of us who don't
and
know.
on the dusty streets of Da Nang, Baghdad, and Fallujah. Thanks to their extraordinary service and devotion, 250
Right. He has not
years
made
later,
any jokes. And he
America
usually does
stands
that. He
tall,
usually goes
America
off script
stands
to try to
proud,
make a joke or be
and
funny.
America stands free. We're the hottest country in the world right now. And our country will soon be greater and stronger than ever before.
Oh, dear.
Down through history, we've been blessed beyond words by this valiant legion of Army warriors and patriots, heroes and legends. And tonight we affirm with unwavering certainty that in the years ahead and in every generation hence, whenever duty calls and
He's gotta
whatever
go to the
danger
bathroom.
comes, the American
That's what it looks like. Look, he
soldier
like, you gotta go to the
will
bathroom.
be there. No matter the risk, no matter
Wait,
the
how
obstacle,
congestive heart
our
failure?
warriors will charge into battle. They will plunge
What is
into the
happening right now?
crucible of fire, and they will seize the crown of victory. Because the United States of America will always have the grace of Almighty God.
He's good for one of these.
Iron
Yeah, he's
will
really
of
good
the
for
United
that.
States Army. Congratulations to everybody. We love our country. We've never done better. Thank you. God bless you. God bless the Army, and God bless America.
They only gave him a few minutes.
And now I'd like to ask our great First Lady to join me at the podium. Thank you very much, everybody.
Hegseth is counting down the time. He can go take some shots. She really doesn't like him touching her. She's like, I didn't sign up for this. Look at the creases in her thing. That's how long they've been sitting. Why is she standing in front of him like that? What did he just say to her? Wait, what just happened?
Mr. President, on behalf of the United States Army, the Army Golden Knights, I would like to present to you this flag.
He don't even know where he is.
Nation's capital in free fall.
He's not sure where he is.
Army's 250th birthday celebration.
I do too. Like that wasn't the end of it. That wasn't the end of it. Now she's standing behind him. I don't understand. What just happened? Oh no. Why are we getting... Okay, now we're getting propaganda videos. Do y'all see my face? That was very odd. They just cut it off. Hold on, let me see if I can find somebody else got it. Hold on, because that was weird. That was weird. That was weird. Oh gosh, that was very... Wait, what is happening right now? He wasn't ready to sing. You guys.
And I had to start again. Just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today. Our flag still stands for freedom.
Y'all, we gotta see what's really going on. Who has it? No, they cut to this guy. Everybody is cutting to this guy.
To be an American, where at least I know I'm free. I won't forget the men.
I'm sorry. I was looking at some of the other channels, and they're all trying to focus in, and she think we're not ready for it. She's like, they cut them off. What's happening? God damn. What is happening? He didn't get to button his shit up right. Like he rushed his ass out there. Uh-oh, here we go.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
What is happening right now, y'all? Oh, jeez. Why is his pants so high? This is propaganda. Oh, my God. It is. It is. Who puts polka dots with plaid like that? Unless you're a rapper. It is awful.
New York to LA. There's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say,
I hate y'all. I'm about to put the comments on stage and see if it happens. Oh my gosh. Is it gonna let me show it? Yes. Let me see. There we go. I think it was also, I do think it was supposed to be another 5 minutes. I do. I don't even know already. I too wish I had a shot. What is happening right now? That's his nephew's jacket. I just don't understand this kind of like, this is not patriotism, y'all. This is a cult. This is like watching Jim Jones. Like, it's scary. Why is he singing with all his heart? What is he doing right now? What's happening right now?
God bless the United States Army.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. What is happening right now? He's barely holding on, y'all. Trump is barely holding on. They're trying to catch all the non-white people to highlight them. She's got a lot of teeth. Now what? This was supposed to end at like 8:15, I think. What are y'all doing now? You're just standing there? They're just kind of all standing there. They're just standing there. I'm just trying to look for the black people because I know there are some in there. There's one. Okay, wait. Are they doing the Medal of Honors now? I know they're giving out some awards. Like, what are they doing? What? Sunglasses on a hat. Oh, God. I'm just looking for the black people. Oh, man. What did they? No, because he cut early, y'all. He's confused because he cut that speech. So they're like, okay, what are we doing? What do we do now? We don't have anybody to fill. Somebody play YMCA. There's a black person. There's two black people. They might just be pressed though. Oh, okay, neckbeard. Wow. They're like, here's our Asians. We've got Asians. They're just all standing there, you guys. What's happening right now? Oh, wait. Wait. Oh, wait. They were about to play a song. Oh, I thought that guy was black. He's not. He looks South Asian. Okay. It's not a black guy. They don't know what's going on. Imagine thinking that you sneaking and going, and then you end up on the Summer Jam screen. And now everybody knows that you're a Trump supporter. Okay, we don't know what's happening. You notice that they're like showing a lower angle. They're not showing an upper angle because then you'll see that there's not really many people in the back there. He wanted to fill the whole thing, like the March on Washington. He like kind of wanted to do that, and it didn't happen. And so he feels away. Uh-oh. They're all just kind of waiting to see, like, what do we do next? I love that PBS is not cutting away. Oh, I'm so sorry that your kid is stuck in Tel Aviv. A lot of love to you. Hope that your kid gets home safe. Everybody, let's just send some love. No, actually, she looks confused. I am actually enjoying this montage of confusion. Who is that spot in the middle there? What is he doing there? But the thing is, they haven't moved the people out the back. Like, they're all still sitting up on the stage.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you, U.S. Army. Thank you. Thank you.
What?
Thank you. Thank you, Army, for doing.
What?
My grandfather for your service, for your country, for your family. And I just want to say thank you from a generation that may not have known your name, but I get to live in the freedom because of it.
Adobe photo stock
all the
and
US
video stock of
service
people saying
members,
thank you.
men and women, and especially the Army for their 250th birthday. Thank you very much.
My grandpa served in the Army in World War II as part of the 82nd Airborne. Thank you, Army, for everything that you do.
My brother Rob and my son Alec both served in the U.S. Army.
I know a cook eye when I see one.
Courage, your sacrifices, and the burdens that you may now carry.
Thank you so much for doing what you do, putting your lives on the line for other men like me to live the life I live.
I just want to say happy birthday to the U.S. Army, congratulating them on 250 years. I want to give a big shout out to my Uncle Zadian, who served in the Army, and thank you for all you do.
I'm very thankful for the dedication and the hard work of the men and women of the U.S. Army.
Hi, American soldiers. Thank you for all you do.
That's so interesting because they don't have sign language. They don't have ASL interpreters at their press conferences or their meetings or anything like that. So now they have one on here. That's really weird.
Comes at an immeasurable cost.
I wish you the best. Happy birthday, Colin.
Happy birthday, Army.
I think he was. So when I read the program, the end is supposed to be like these medals or whatever. He's
a big thank you to the men and women that serve our country and everything you guys do for us.
Thank you.
So now they're like playing this shit because if you nobody left the stage.
Happy birthday, Army.
If the thing was completely over, they would have left the stage, and they didn't. Oh, here we go. Now they're back. They figured it out. Somebody was in the shitter. That's what it was. Somebody was probably in the shitter. Oh, now they got fireworks. Right there. How much did this cost? I just think of all the families that could have eaten for a really long time at the cost of this bullshit. And he's not even fully cognizant of, because it was very clear that he was just not fully there. You know Hextep is drunk. You ain't never seen an ASL interpreter at any of them. You don't care. You can't see. Okay? Yeah, here. I don't care if you can see. Right. Yeah, no, they are. They're glad it's dark so that you can't see that there's nobody there. That looks like a dick shooting cum. Friends, that is one of the most phallic things I've ever seen in my life. They had the fireworks and that framing, whoever's on the PBS camera, I tell you, they caught it and that's why they moved away from it. They were like, wait, nah, that looks like a dick shooting cum. That looks like an ejaculation, folks. The climax is not supposed to be a real climax. Friends.
When I raised my right
somebody realized that and they were like, oh.
Every generation before me. I wear the same branch insignia as the soldiers who crossed the Delaware. Before there was a nation,
what is happening right now?
Army.
Who is rapping? Is somebody rapping? Oh. What is happening right now? I don't know what this is. Not Patriot rap. Not Patriot rap. And they steal from us. Everything. Look at that. Don't it look like a dick shooting out some cum? Come on. Come on. I'm not lying. That is a penis shooting semen. Everything. Alec, look at all the tanks with the long nozzles and shit. What is it called? Chambers. This is MS Paint music. They went into an AI generator and they put patriotic, black, intense, dramatic, and they gave them this. Yes, it is Confederate rock. That is hilarious. He's falling asleep. He doesn't want it. Oh, yeah, he's falling asleep. Y'all saw that?
We've seen what division costs.
I serve because unity is worth the fight.
I noticed that he sometimes will sit like that.
Every time I put on this
and he'll start rocking a little bit, try to keep himself up. His eyes start going low. He'll be like this. That keeps him awake. He didn't get his coke bump. Y'all have to understand, he's been sitting there since about 6. 5:45 to 6. So he's been sitting there for a long time. He hasn't had a bump. He has not had a bump. What's happening right now? Why are they shooting cannons? Everything here is a fucking bukkake. This is an orgy. This is a fucking military orgy. Everywhere. Oh God. Look at it. Look at it. Cannons. Fucking everything. Everything. What is happening? All of this is a waste of money. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. They're gonna do this all again on July 4th. I thought we were supposed to be saving money. Why are we shooting cannons?
Both of my grandfathers served in the Second World War. They answered the challenges of their time, and it is my goal in this uniform to answer and meet the challenges of my time head on.
What? Wait, what? What? He's my brother. Oh no. They cut Medicaid for this. Yes. This is Call of Duty. Was that a corn pipe? Is that Bruce Willis? Look like Bruce Willis.
The arms are swinging, cadence count, sound off. Sound off. Bring on
What in the actual hell is going on? That looked like Bruce, didn't it? Just talking. Is that General Patton? This is the worst mashup. No, absolutely. This is terrible. Look, you don't even know what's going on. You're struggling. He doesn't understand it. He's sitting forward because he's tired. That's what I do when I'm tired. I sit forward. He's leaning forward. I agree. I also am
There's
too
a
non high
realness to these bonds.
for this shit.
It's not just because this is your team. It's because your life depends on these people.
What are they gonna talk about all the rampant sexual assaults in the military? Them dudes be raping women and raping each other. Not a Morrissey concert.
I am an American soldier. I'm a warrior and a member of the team.
I'm a warrior. No,
I
you're
serve
not.
the people of the United States and live the Army values. I will never accept defeat.
I will never quit.
Trained and proficient in my warrior task and drill.
I'm an expert.
That was a
and
brother.
I'm a professional. Enemies of the United States.
Warrior
of
task
America,
is
close
real.
combat. I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
Are you?
I am an American soldier.
Oh my God. I wonder why military rock always sounds like somebody is either begging for their life and wailing on a battlefield or right about to come. They do. I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. I am Spartacus. Oh, hell. Look, United States military. All you gotta do is travel to other countries where we have occupied or whatever, and you'll hear all the real stories.
When I'm outside guarding the tomb of the unknown soldier, it is one of the most honorable jobs I think that I could have had in the
That
military.
have been left behind.
I think about those soldiers who made the ultimate sacrifice.
Oh, beautiful.
What ultimate?
For heroes proved in liberating strife.
You said they're just gonna do fireworks until it's dark enough to ask people to leave. I thought that they were supposed to be giving out medals and shit. You doing that one here in Bill Gall? Matthew Grimes.
More than self, their country loved.
I wonder if you get asked to do this stuff, do you get to decline it? It does. No, it's awful. But that's what happens when you cut the VA budget as much as you do. You don't get good performances. Yes, the video production failed. Look at this. This is bad. He's definitely about to nod up. Somebody sneak him a bump. I actually prefer him when he's neurotic. Oh God! Oh, wait, did I do that? I'm telling you, he sounds like he's strained a muscle. Oh, he's about to come. He's trying not to come. That's what they sound like. They sound like they're trying not to come. Got the nerve to show our brother. Have we seen any black women in this montage yet? I haven't been paying attention. Maybe I missed it. Trump absolutely hates black women. Like, he despises black women. Like, it's really fascinating. He said, thankfully. What about diversity, equity, and inclusion? It does sound like a Ford commercial. It does. Built Ford tough, right? The Ford F-150. Nobody drives a Ford 150 when they have a penis that they're not embarrassed by. No tea, no shade. I'm just saying. No. That's why they be mad at Beyonce. They're like, that's how it's supposed to sound? Wow. This is very true. Oh, there's a sister. Yeah, when I've been sitting here eating salted peanuts. Sorry. Me and my friends were talking about eating nuts earlier, and then I just eating real nuts. Nasties. I haven't had sex in 7 years. Oh, that's wild. It does. He's falling asleep. Look, his eyes are closed. Oh, there we go. They got him singing. Oh, that guy. The one in the middle. He can't. Okay. So the guy in the middle, that black guy right there, he came and performed at my son's at Wildwood. So they have a band. He's the bassist for the band. I didn't know he could sing too. Oh, this is so funny. He told my son that he was the best bassist in the whole competition, and my son was just so excited. I know that guy. It's a small world.
It was a humbling experience putting on this uniform.
That's awesome.
I believe this uniform is a symbol of trust, and it represents the highest ideals of our country.
I also don't forget faces. He was singing too when I remember when I saw him. That's awesome. That was fun. Well, we got something positive out of this. It is a rather kind of diverse choir. Nationalist propaganda, but it's okay. I'm trying to see if the white woman that was singing lead is in this group too. She might be. She was a little sassy. What is happening?
Where men have no hope.
Oh, he about to get soulful. Oh, wait. What is happening? Friends, what are we doing?
May we fight for justice till there's justice for all.
They was doing Gnarls Barkley. It was something. It was so fun. A Southern boy right there. He had a black nanny. Sure did. Sure did. He did. Oh. Wow. Yeah, let me see if I can. Oh, there's nuts on that one. Wow. I had to come back to that. He's so close. Oh, he's dancing now. He's saying beautiful, beautiful. What's that? You know what? Somebody's Mima is not gonna have a crab legs this month because of this. We should all be upset. Somebody's July 4th ain't gonna have no fish fry. Because this. Okay, Sopranos. Sopranos said we did. I love good singing, even if it's nationalist propaganda.
Thank you for joining us on this historic occasion. A special thanks to Scott's Miracle Grow and all of the terrific America 250 sponsors.
He's like,
help
can
make
we
this
wrap this up?
monumental event happen.
Can we
And
please
to
wrap
you
this up?
here in our audience or
I ain't got
watching
it.
at home.
Trump is
For
like, I
those
got
in
a
our
shit.
U.S. military who are currently serving,
That's what I think he
have
told
served,
Melania. He's like, I got
or
a shit.
being remembered. Thank you for celebrating in the greatest country in the world. God bless you and God bless America. Good night.
Okay, I want to pan to the people trying to get out. That's what I want to see. Pan to the people trying to get out. Hold on. No, that's the... Oh. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, we're not watching that shit anymore. Sorry, y'all. I just... Thank you for joining. Today, it had been a while. I am, my son is about to graduate high school, so I've really been mixed up in that and trying to figure out life and all the things in it. I appreciate you so much. This summer, I will be checking in more. Again, I just need to get this week out of here. Trying to go at least once or twice a week. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. If you enjoyed the company today, want to leave a tip, I do have the Cash App and the Venmo up there. If you can only access PayPal, it is contact@feministajones.com. That's my email. I'll say it again, contact@feministajones.com. I would absolutely appreciate it. It's all going to go towards my son's graduation stuff. But I really appreciate you all. We are going to make it through. We're going to keep having these conversations. Next week on Juneteenth, I will be opening registration for Sankofa Summer School. We have 11 great classes this summer, and I hope that you all will participate in as many as you want, one or all 11, whatever you want to do. They are all virtual. It's a wonderful thing. It is the 5th year that I've had this summer school going, contrary to what some people are saying. When they're claiming that it's the first time that anybody's done anything like that. I've been around for a long time. And so I would love your support. When I release the registration stuff, I'll also have ways that you can donate to support so that we can pay our instructors because they are very qualified experts in their areas of expert in their fields, and they're going to bring you some really great courses. So I'm hoping that you all will support. And subscribe to my Patreon, patreon.com/feministajones, for more stuff that I do. So I hope you all are ready to kick off summer. Summer is also coming up this next week. We have a lot to do, y'all. We have a lot to do. We are entering into World War III. We are in the midst of a civil war. So we need to stay prepared. We do need community. We do need unity. But stop trying to act like we can't call out bullshit for the sake of community. Start listening to the people who know what they're doing. I might be one of those people. I love you all very much. You know, I love each and every one of you. If nobody told you today that you are loved, hear it from me. You are loved. You are beautiful. And I love you. Take care.